When we looked to the literature, very little evidence has been generated in early parenting centres about the needs of women who seek their services and in particular, about the impact. Does it make a difference? And of course, for funders of services, they need that information. So when we looked at the existing evidence, there are some studies, but they tend to be quite small, and they've relied on people volunteering. So an opportunity has been made available in an early parenting service, usually to complete questionnaires about their circumstances and needs. And then some have done follow-ups by postal questionnaire. But the two problems are that not a very big proportion of women who come into the service fill those questionnaires in, and very few do the follow-ups. So the data look encouraging that it makes a difference, but there are big biases in who actually fills them in. And so for the study that the Ramsay Hospital Research Foundation funded, we did two things. We first of all introduced an electronic way of collecting routine data. So everyone who comes into the Masada Early Parenting Centre fills in quite a detailed pre-admission form about their health and circumstances, fills in a brief form before they go home, and then a questionnaire is sent to them about 6 weeks later. So we converted all these into an electronic format. So what we were able to do with the support of the grant was collect data from more than 1,200 women about their own needs and circumstances and the presenting problems of their babies. And then by collecting some self-report measures about depression, fatigue, parenting confidence and anxiety, and about the baby's crying and fussing and sleeping behaviours, we were able to see, is there a change between pre-admission and pre-discharge, and what happens after people go home. And I think it's revealed the enormous power and value of those services in that almost everyone who came in experienced a really remarkable and rapid resolution, improvement in their feelings of low mood, persistent worry, their fatigue improved, their functional efficiency improved, their parenting confidence improved, and the baby's sleep improved and crying and fussing diminished. So really a very striking effect. But what we've been able to do in this study for the first time is also identify the needs and characteristics of women for whom this program is not enough. So there is a smallish group of women who don't experience those improvements. But knowing that is very helpful because it informs what should the next step be in terms of developing a follow-on program or an additional form of treatment or care that might be able to meet their needs. Australia's early parenting centres are unique worldwide. It's quite surprising, but they don't exist in America, England, Japan, Scandinavia. They're only in Australia. But they're providing insights into a very effective early intervention. And so what we've shown is, and what we hope to show further, is that what's called a psychoeducational approach. So an approach that's very supportive and psychologically sensitive, but its main focus is education. It's, I think, more effective than just providing women with support and encouragement. And I think it's a supplement to medication for depression. And medication might produce some relief of symptoms, but it doesn't give people all these other skills and knowledge. So I think this approach to care for women with young infants is a really powerful way, and we would want to make sure that's made available really pretty broadly, not just in Australia but elsewhere. The other thing we want to do a little bit is bring a gendered understanding to this, that the work of mothering is not dignified with the language of work. Every other workplace you've got, orientation, training, supervision, in-service courses, etc. But the work of motherhood, you don't have that. And so I would like there to be more valuing of the work of mothering, and a broader realisation that we might avert mental health problems if we provide some supportive education for parents from the beginning of life. We know that early childhood is the most important developmental phase in a human's life. It's when the building blocks for the whole future of their personality, their health, their skills, their way of relating are really set in early childhood. So as a society, we benefit if children have an optimal start to life. And that means that they need parents who are sensitive to their needs, capable of responding to their needs, are in good shape themselves. So this to me is an investment in